Good morning. Good morning to each of you. I am Dr. Corrine Johnson, and I would like to welcome you to Grace for Today 5 Minute Devotions. And on this morning, our subject is going to be resentment is a killjoy. Our key scripture is going to be coming from Hebrews chapter 12, verse 15. And I'm going to be reading it from the TLB version of the Bible. And it says, "Watch out that no bitterness takes root among you, for as it springs up, it causes deep trouble, hurting many in their spiritual lives." And so nothing destroys a relationship faster than resentment. We hurt each other in relationships, sometimes intentionally and oftentimes unintentionally. Either way, the result is conflict and hurt feelings. It's a fact of life. So, what you do with that hurt determines whether you're joyful or whether you're miserable. You've probably heard someone say, "I don't love him anymore. I don't have feelings for her anymore." That's a sign that resentment is involved because resentment eats up emotional energy. You resent the fact that they hurt you. And eventually you have no emotional energy left and you feel empty inside. Resentment says, "I won't forgive you." Resentment is a killjoy in relationships. And you may feel cheated in a relationship. You're thinking, this is not what I expected. The fact is that any relationship or any marriage is built on two very imperfect people trying to work on issues together. And so if you expect perfection and you don't work on your unrealistic expectations, you're going to lose your joy. If you hang on to resentment, whether it's in a marital relationship or whether it's in a friendship with co-workers, with a boss, if you hold on to resentment, it's always going to hurt you more than it's hurting the other person, because resentment is self-destructive and counterproductive. So it doesn't just hurt your human relationships, it also infects your relationship with God. So resentment is like a weed. The longer you wait to deal with it, the more work that it's going to take to uproot it. So you got to start early when resentment is just a seed. And ultimately, when you refuse to forgive others, you're only hurting yourself. And so a lot of times we walk around with resentment in our hearts and we wonder why we have no joy, why we have no peace, why we have no contentment. It's because there's a root. There's a root of resentment that you have allowed to take root in your life. You've allowed that seed to grow. You've allowed that seed to grow. And so now that it's full blown, you're in a place to where you feel, resentment towards people. You don't want to deal with that person. But I came to tell you on today that when you refuse to forgive other people for hurting you or whatever it is that they've done to you, you're only hurting yourself. So let it go and do as the scripture said on today. Watch out for that bitterness. Don't let it take root among you, because when it springs up, it's going to cause deep trouble, not just in your physical life, but in your spiritual life as well. So on this morning, thank you all so much for tuning in and joining with me for Grace for Today 5 Minute Devotions. God bless you. Go forth on today and have a blessed day.